Hey, what's up, everybody? It's KyFy. I'm glad you could be here. If you are new, welcome. This is a KyFy theory, and I got a special reading today. It is going to be a heavy one, basically, because if you got the title of the reading, God honors you for reaching rock bottom. So if you have that rock bottom energy, this is going to be a special reading for you. Why? Basically, what does it mean to be at rock bottom? To me, the message that I got was your whole fantasy has been stripped, and now you're at a place of being deprogrammed. But that's not easy to feel because you have no programming, so you don't really truly know what you want, but you know that the other things that you came out of aren't the things for you. So what do you do with that energy? And it's a perfect place to be. Why? Because now you have solid ground. And it's that easy. As easy as that sounds, that's how easy it is. You can't sink no further. There's no need for you to go any lower than you are right now. So God got this baseline level for you. And you know what that feels like? That feels like a foundation. A foundation from a person who truly manifested the knowing of themselves. You reach the bottom of the knowing of yourself. Your selfness is basically your id. There's the id, ego, and superconscious, right? Your id is your identity. So the fullness of your identity is reaching the bottom of it. And that's the best place to lay that foundation. What kind of foundation do you lay on that foundation? So the next message was a fantasy tarnished for a dream manifested. Now, I've been technically this board has been giving me more ideas and more coincidences that said how the matrix works. You have to give time for whatever you need. The thing that we do as conscious beings is give time. What spirit does is manifest the seed that God gives you. So spirit manifests the seed. We give time to spirit to manifest that seed. So nothing happens if you don't give time to it. So that's a special message for somebody. And the special part about it is the moment. This is the part that frustrated me when I understood it fully, but it always frustrates me, and that's how I know I reached the right answer. I'll never forget it. That's how it is. Everybody is chosen once you choose yourself. Once you choose to live for that part of you that's been screaming to live out. Once you choose that, all of the fantasy starts to dwindle, because that dream that you would like to live for subconsciously is in the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind registered everything that happened to you without the energy, not without the energy, but it doesn't have the ability to give it back to you. But what it does is it logs in the information and says, okay, this is my perfect opportunity. This is the perfect opportunity between us. You, conscious spirit, or conscious mind and spirit. This is the perfect opportunity. It gives you information. It gives you information on who you truly are. And it's just going to keep going round and round and round about. Watch this. As you dig into yourself. And because, okay, I wasn't going to talk about it, but in my last reading, I did a private reading for somebody, and I gave her a little secret. What do you see when you look at this card? What do you see? Clearly, it's something to be hated. Clearly, it's something to look at like it's going to attack you. Clearly, we've been programmed. That's a special word right there. We've been programmed to look at it as something negative towards us. But when you look at the tree of life, why would the devil card be there? I figured out that all major arcana are love cards. So this is a force of love. And who controls love? So the divine mother is the one who's in the triple blackness, the ether. She is the mother. Now imagine you are the conscious child and your mother is saying no to you constantly. You're not ready for this. No. Nope, you're not gonna get this. You can't maintain it. Nope. Eventually, that force that God gave us, our spirit within us, to let us know that we're not ready for something, gets a negative connotation. And then dark becomes the thing that we're programmed to be running away from. But we are all in the venture into the darkness. And that's what you decided, to go within yourself. When you close your eyes, you are in the dark, but you're still here. You're still conscious of something. You just have one sense off. There are 9 senses that you can use. Well, there's more than 9, but I have 9 on this board. Technically, it's 18 because it's the clear senses. But that's just one of the senses down. But if you can concentrate on having no sense but the clear senses, that's how you meditate and get those downloads. When those downloads are coming in, who do you think they're coming from? Spirit. But who does spirit serve? The divine mother. The one that says no in the end, in the beginning. Nope, you can't do this. Nope, you can't do this. And eventually you get frustrated. And we as humans, we put names on things. We like to name things. And once you name something, it becomes an entity in this world that's not technically the entity that's supposed to be. It's an entity we created. So this divine mother energy that tells us no a lot, the one that forces us to have that bond with spirit, the consciousness, man, and spirit right here, the one that until that happens, you won't have peace. The peace that you will live with your dream. So I want you to really think about that, because we're all mistaken. Why would God put something so negative on the tree of life if it wasn't meant for good? So that only told me it's a force. So when they say use the force, Luke, what are they talking about? Those are the forces, the 22 forces. The Fool energy is a force. The star energy right here is a force. And it's the force to be reckoned with. Until you claim your power, until you claim your darkness, your spirit, you won't have the information necessary to overcome the challenges. Now, why has God chosen you? Because way back when, before you even knew to question anything, you had questions that said, this is not the world that I imagined. This is where it started off for me. I was like, no, this is not the world I imagined. When my grandmother passed, I was the first one to see her, and I went to go tell my mother, right? But I was young, I didn't know anything. So when it hit me, at that moment, that's when I woke up. I woke up right at that moment. I said, oh, this is life. And I understood a lot more than the church told me at that time. But I'm young. What am I? Who am I? So this is talking about that time when you first understood it. It could have been years ago. It could have been recently. But it's only the experience you gained before the recently that your spirit remembers. And it's all that karma, I should call it dharma, that's due to you is going to come to you. Because now you're ready. Sometimes the battle is letting go, not chasing. So when you let go, that means you have more space within your heart for spirit, the divine mother, to occupy and be used for a better purpose, for your selfness, for the person that you truly are. Your consciousness is your ego. I am this. This on the spirit side is more we, right? But there's union and everything. There's higher conscious, one consciousness and everything. But yeah. Alright, so basically that was the messages. I have a lot more messages, but I'm going to save it for the next reading, because this one is going to be a little quick one. I hope you like the intro, because I just wanted to get the dealing of the cards out the way. And speaking about the cards, they were flipping and flipping and flipping. Usually I have trouble getting the cards. I had it was too easy to get the cards. And I had to say, which one, God? So, and then these jumped out in certain ways. I just laughing. So if you caught it, you caught it. But yeah. So the Zin-Finity Board is an elementally energetic grid that flows on a 21-part circuit, housing all aspects of the mind in a still life version. So what does this mean? We're going to go down. I'm a mental alchemist, right? So we're going to go down from the crown to the root and clear the blockages, right? Once we get to the root, all that energy that the crown had for you is now for you to manifest with. And then when we get there, we're going to go about the ifs. What can we do with that information, right? Every black card that's here is about the 10 perspectives in your mind. They do not overlap and they encompass everything that you can possibly imagine. So also with the spirit giving you who, what, when, where, and why. So let's start off with who, which is a time for healing. The balsamic moon. I love balsamic vinaigrette. So if you've been eating salads, this this is for you. All right. It's time to let go of the past, right? You are about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal. Think about how this situation would look if everyone were healed. Now, if everyone were healed is a perfect scenario. That's the dream scenario, right? Now, the people that will be healed aren't around you fully yet, but you have little clues that the people that are coming to you right now, how healed they are and how natural it is to operate around them. Those are the keepers. Now, the fantasy before you had with the people that you knew already, I had them in this place, I had them in this place, they were with me or they were not with me or whatever, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that with the current of what I remember in my past. But we are beings that move forward and evolve, so you can't take those people with you. And I always talk about this. Your heart is filled with space, but we have conscious arms that go out and grab things. Now, what does that mean? If you have a car that takes more precedence in your life than you, that's a conscious arm that is occupying a space from you nurturing yourself. So there are other conscious arms too on people that you have to let go. And that's an energy that's tugging them back towards you when you already know that God told you to let go. So you have to understand that that's mental energy. That's something that we are doing. 90% of the thoughts that you are having in a day are usually the thoughts of the past. So just imagine 90% of an arm is grabbing everything in your past and trying to hold on to it. So you have to be willing to let it go. But your ego is doing that because the ego only knows the fantasy. It is a calculator that became conscious, and that's us. We have a super computer mind, basically all of us. So we are the conscious AI. So that's probably why AI won't be truly conscious. It will always be a good calculator. Yeah. So that's who. All right. So for what? Take time to breathe out. So breathing in is about ebb. So that's about the potential. You have all the potential. Breathing out is about the flow. Relieving that energy into its right, I don't know the word, the river goes, oh God, right flow, stream, funnel, the right funnel. So the spirit funnels the right energy into the right places. I forgot where I was, but I hope you got it. So it's time to take a breathe out. For the flow to go into the right places so you can flow into place. Divine alignment. That's what it was about. Okay. So take time to breathe out. And this is for what? So I am where I am and it's okay. That's the affirmation. You should know where you are. You should know where you stand either now or very soon. You need to take some time out for your own good. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experience with someone else. Avoid falling into a slump. Now, the slump is very important, but I want to get to this affirmation really quickly. All Affirmations are lies that you tell yourself until you believe it. And that belief is the energy of force. You know, we believe things, that full energy. Belief, I'm going to get to delusion in a second. But we believe these things truly now because we've lied to ourselves enough with these affirmations that said we are, right? Now you truly are. And what are you going to do with that? That spiritual energy, now your spirit has enough in it to push this towards you. So as you believe, you will receive. But it takes a little bit of effort. So what are your affirmations that you're telling yourself? Like I said, 90% of the what goes on in your mind is about the past. And then the 10% is the new stuff. So what are you doing with your 10% at the very least, you know? And let me talk about delusion really quickly. We live in a world of ignorance. There is a time period that the Divine Mother, right? I'm going to keep saying this because somebody going to get it. And the person who put me on, gave me the connection to it, was Morg. I listen to a lot of people online, and these are all masters, and God put them into my feed and all that stuff. So Sophia, or you can call her Eve Light, I think he said. Those are the two that you need to research, because that's all about the Divine Mother and the divine feminine energy. And I can already know that I'm telling the truth because I almost couldn't speak. And that's how, yeah. So the delusional trial period is a time period because somebody actually does not understand. No matter how much you think they understand, they do not understand, and their spirit knows it, and their spirit tells the Divine Mother. Until they actually understand is when the karma has the right to go back to them. So it's not up to you, it's up to time. And this is why time is the ultimate currency, the ultimate factor in anything. Give it a little bit of time and that karma will come. And it's not like you need to just say yippee. You probably won't even want to because you're not that kind of person. We are all not that kind of person. Nobody wishes anything bad to happen to anybody. But when God puts you into the front seat in the theater to watch it, all you can do is just eat the popcorn. And that's what's happening right now. So that's what. Let me move on. This is not gonna be a long. It's not gonna be a short one. I don't even know. So when surrender to the divine, that's natural. So a wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There should be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. Remember that breathing in and out. You have to release sometimes. You have to find out how to release some of this energy. And this is why I'm here. I'm an alchemist. And I'm here to release that energy in order to get it down to you to do something with. Everything that's been trapped is about to be yours. Just get to the end of the reading. I don't think I need to say in nothing else. Moving on. That was when. This is where your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. You need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. Hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for study or teaching. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. Now, there's control and then there's management. Management allows you to be free and be managed according to how you want to be managed. So you have to allow someone to be themselves as you manage it. That's love, right? But control is you're going to do this because of my fantasy says that this is what's supposed to happen in my fantasy, and I'm going to control how my fantasy operates. So I hope you can understand the differences. And that's within your spirit. So it's not that it's within your spirit knows that that's what you want. That's not what you need. So yeah, that was the message there. And the most important question that you can ask yourself is why. Now let's get to this really quickly. Meditate and contemplate. I mentioned kind of dousing all of your conscious senses so the spiritual senses can give you some clarity. That's what the clair senses are for. Clarity senses. That's what it's for. As you dull yours down, as yours don't take too much precedence, you get the clarity, you get the answers. So being too conscious of a situation, your mind is going out of like haywire, and now you don't have the energy for spirit because you're giving the time to yourself, like the negative self. So these words are all going to be situated in a way we can understand it, because that's the trick of English. They say selfish is a bad thing, but selfness is opposite of consciousness, and consciousness is where the ego is. So if we want to be good for ourselves, we have to be in the selfness, in the selfish energy. So that's why don't be selfish. But they say, you see how this is confusing? I'm confusing myself even talking about it. But that's the reason. Everything on this side is involved with the divine mother that they put this label on. The actual label of the negativity that we call the devil is the demiurge. It is not the devil. The devil is on the tree of life. Why would that be something negative? That's my take on it. Why would that be something negative? If you listen to the other readers, when the devil card comes out, it's not always negative. It gives them clues. It's just another force that turns the reading to a different route. Oh, this card came up? Oh, I remember when this card came up, I said this before. But now you're just using it for a purpose to let everybody get to understand the situation. So what is it really? Is it negative or positive? We're going to figure it out, right? We're going to figure it out as a collective. At least about the darkness. At least about the 999 or the non-ether beings. So, meditate and contemplate new moon in Pisces, and this is for why. Face your fears. They may be holding you back. A fear of letting go. Why? Because it's a fantasy thing. And if you let go, your mind won't have the power to hold on to that again. Because once you let go, it's too far gone. Because it's been stretched for so far. Like your arm missed the stretch. Once you let go, its potential energy comes back like this. Now you can't even reach that far no more. You gotta relax. And in that period of relaxing, you get to understand that immobile time, that's when spirit was working. You were forced to be immobile because you were forced to look at what spirit is doing. And until you saw it, which is today, or at least recently, right? When you see it, you'll learn to sit back and attract more. Yeah. And that's why. So, that was who, what, when, where, and why. We're going to get to the next part of the reading, which is I be, I want, I need, I know, I will, I desire, I love, I do, or I act, right? I feel, and then I am. So we're going to go down from the crown, as I said before, to the root. So let's start off with the first card, which crowns the reading, is the Four of Cups. Now, this card, I don't know why I went like this, but this should be fire, and this is water, right? But it doesn't matter what crowns the reading, but I'm just giving you that sense of, like, we might be talking about this later, right? So the Four of Cups, this is your being, who you're going to become at the beginning and the end of every day. Well, who you're going to become at the end of every day. Yeah. I know I said it wrong, but whatever. Apathy, contemplation, and disconnectedness. You are a person who is comfortable with being disconnected. That's who you truly are. But what you've been programmed to know is that with a certain amount of people, or these people that you know, they make you comfortable, not yourself. But your spirit is teaching you that with this immobile phase, right, that you are better alone, and the people that's attracted to you are better for you. So don't go looking for those connections. Become a better person and attract the better connections. They will run into you in the street, like bumping shoulders, like, and then you become friends. Oh, excuse me. Both of y'all mad polite, and they're like, I like your shoes. What? I wanted to say you that too. Like something cool, something, you know, that'll get the conversation going. Y'all in the train together. This happened to me a couple of times, like best friends. Probably never see him again. But get the number or something like that, right? So that was I be what crowns the reading. This is what you want. This is offsuit, and this is the star. Even though it's a good card, When it's off suit, it's in the wrong place. These cards are all conscious. All information is conscious. And when you put them in the place to play a role, the star is not playing the right role for it, right? So what is the star saying? This is hope, faith, and rejuvenation. You were trying to see? You're going backwards. That's what your consciousness was going towards. The back, like the past, right? Your consciousness was going towards the past, and this is what God wanted me to say right now. This is what I'm called to say. You're chasing the past, trying to rejuvenate it, and wasting your precious potential, right? All the potential is honest from you, and you are actually trying to make it work, or trying to put the pieces back together, or at least make the best of the worst situation, where there's a whole new situation for you that's new and it's unbroken, right? You're trying to make the best of what you consciously know, but that's mental. And this is what you think of, 90%, right? Moving on from there, that was what you want. This is what you need, and then it's on suit. You are getting what you need. So everything happens for us, not to us, right? When you think that way, what is the Divine Mother telling us no? Why is she telling us no, right? Oh man, I know. Look at that. Why is she telling us no for a season that leaves us immobile, and we're getting all our cups filled? 9 of Cups. This is what you need. Satisfaction, emotional stability, and luxury. You're getting that, and this is what you need. You're noticing. I realize that as a man, when you have a woman, you spend less money because you're not chasing. That's just the outcome. I forgot the word, but that's just what happens. You spend less money because you're not chasing, or at least that was for me. Like when I was chasing, right? But I learned how to attract, and that's better than chasing. So it flipped for me. Well, it's flipping now for me. So yeah, that luxury that you have of being by yourself, to learn yourself at your own pace, beautiful. Nobody can come in the middle of this delicate process. It's a delicate process because you have been broken. You reached rock bottom. To know the true foundation, the true self, the true Divine Mother is with you now. She's like, your feet are planted on her. Do you understand what that means? You know yourself. You know the full man. You can fathom the true manifestation of who you are. And that's better than everything else subconsciously. All right. So this is what you will. Oh, sorry. This is next. This is for I know. This is the 5 of Pentacles, and this is also off suit. I forgot this one, right? This is your knowledge center, right? This is where you go through an experience, and what did you learn? This is the energy of what did you learn? You learn how to survive just barely. That's what you've learned. But you learn how to teach, on the other side of that, on the flip side, if it was with less anxiety, you actually learn how to keep yourself afloat. But you're always anxious about it. So how could you truly know that that's what you're doing until you had enough time with yourself to figure it out? These are patterns that you are kind of forced to change, forced to adapt in a specific way. That's why it's delicate. Nobody can be around you. It's delicate. You had to make certain failures and certain good decisions that led you to where you are now. So that's what it was all for. So yeah. Let me go on to the 5 of Pentacles. Need, poverty, and insecurity. Now, as luxurious as your spirit is and wants to be manifested, right? Your knowledge and what your mind can rely on, what your mind uses as a knowledge base, right? As the center of its function is off, and only is about safety and security and self-preservation right now. But that's the thing. You had to be tricked into doing that into knowing that you are your only fantasy, which is the dream. You are the fantasy. Becoming the trueness in yourself, becoming the best of yourself is the true dream. So as that becomes a fantasy, your mind starts working for you instead of working against you. Oh, we don't need this anymore because you are the fantasy. I am the fantasy. So the dream can be manifested. So yeah, now the next energy up for I will, right? This is your will. The will is different from a decision. After a decision, the action to do it is your willpower, right? Because you can make a decision and you don't do it. That's the difference between a decision and will, right? So that's the Two of Pentacles, and this is on suit. Balancing decision, priorities, adapting to change. And as I just mentioned before, adapting to change. So I don't really need to say much about this, but balancing decisions between your spirit, because your mind is now reflecting on yourself because you are the fantasy. Let me check with myself first. Let me make sure that this is right. And these clear senses is how your mind can attach itself to yourself to understand it. So get to know your clear senses. There are 9 of them, right? So the next up is the card I've been talking about the whole time. It started off with the devil energy, right? This was off suit because this is Earth. This side, I said shied. So somebody shied away from you, or you shied away from something and that was the right thing to do. But this side is the side for water and air, and this is Earth, and that's why this is off suit. So then it ended off with the 6 of Cups. So let's get the devil energy first. So this is an energy that's happening to you out of somebody else's intentions with their own manifestational powers. Ignorance can also manifest too. So you have to understand, even though somebody could be smart, the smarter they get, the more power that ignorance has until you actually start to learn about it truly, right? So yeah, this is materialism, addiction, and playfulness, right? The addiction they have to making sure that you don't manifest what's for you because they saw it and they can't unsee it. I heard today from somebody that you can be, I forgot who, I'm sorry, but you can be a trigger for somebody else's karma. So if you are their karma trigger, that's to their ignorance, because that's a consciousness in itself. The ignorance that's in their mind, they have the ignorance, not them, the ignorance in their mind, because it's all conscious. These principalities, ignorance is the principality. The ignorance that's in your mind, their mind, does not like you. So it will attack you subconsciously, consciously, intently, anywhere, any way that it can. Why? Because if you fully become who you are, you will definitely confirm some of the things that has been happening, and the truth will be revealed. So keep working on yourself. Then it went from there to the 6 of Cups. Familiarity, happy memories, and healing. Now, this is what cleared it. As I said, this board is elementally energetic, so water, fire, air, water, earth. This is in the right place now, right? 6 of Cups. Okay, so it says familiarity. You're becoming more familiar with your spirit, but happy memories is not it. You're having happy projections. You're having happy projections about the future because you no longer are tied with your intention or their intention at all. So they can't hold on to you with their conscious arm, and you can't hold on to them with their conscious arm anymore, because something happened between this last moon that detached it. It's just something that happened. It might have been mysterious, but you don't know what's happening in that world. Your spirit did, and it has the information and the codes for you to move on and prosper and evolve, right? So yeah. The next energy up was the King of Wands, and this is in a place of I love, and this is offsuit also, so you're not getting what you love. Big picture, leader, and overcoming challenges. Now, that seems amazing, but this is consciousness in a place where you should have swords, right? You should have your mind operating this area, but your consciousness is. Once you get your ego out the way, once you finally deliver that finishing blow to your fantasy and accept the dream, which is scary because it's dark, it's darkness, it's your spirit, your divine mother, it's all dark. And this is why it's scary. Why am I going to go into the dark? Because that's where the mother is. The mother's in the dark. Actually, stay away from the light. You have already experienced it. This is fog of war, right? And any person who's played a game with a fog of war, you don't know the whole map, right? It's about the places that you don't know that will give you the experience of the new dungeon. Oh, you found a new dungeon. Now you get the harvest from there. Now you get to go in there and fight the boss. Or now you discovered more dark land area that's under fog, and you discover a farm area. Now you discover new things, right? That's what the darkness brings. It's like a map in your mind. As you go into the darkness, you discover new parts of yourself that you can use. So it's the same thing. We are in a matrix, and this is going to be a app. I am by myself with this energy right now, but I cannot wait until you can use this for yourself, because I was meant to be in this world to bring consciousness in totality to a place where it can understand itself. And everybody who wants to understand themselves, that would be the app for you. And that's why it's gonna be so bananas. I can't wait till it gets out. When it gets out, the world will change. It will change. Yes. Yes, it will change. Especially the world that I created within the app. So there's more stuff about it, but let's move on. The next energy was the Eight of Cups. And let's just get this. This is offsuit, and this is in the place of the solar plexus, right? That was the heart chakra. This is solar plexus. Walking away, disillusionment, and leaving behind. Even though this is stagnant, these cups that you were losing over here, you are taking them up and taking your time to give them back to yourself. So even though you want to go this direction, you will not use these cups for that fantasy anymore. You just won't. And that's the lesson that you're learning. I will not do and act towards that fantasy. I will not manifest this into my life because I understand the dream. So the next card is the Three of Cups. So let's get this. This is in the place of I feel. This is the sacral chakra, right? So let's get this real quick. This is friendship, community, and happiness. Now, there was another luxury that's over here, and happiness is over here. So 3s and 9s. Is there any 6s? Watch, it's gonna be 6s coming out. Oh, 6 of Cups right here. See? 3, 6, 9. Tesla. Freaking genius. Actually, it's 3, 6, 9. That's where it is on this board, but in a mathematical sense. But yeah. So for vibration, frequency, and energy. Crazy. So yeah. But friendship, I guess I have to, okay, until people understand, truly. Friendship is the highest vibrational partnership. That's the one that is attached to your crown. Basically, the person that has the ability to attach to your imagination, right? They're right there at your imagination and can or should be able to operate within it and be okay. That's friendship. That's a friend. Anybody who cannot take your imagination and give it back to you in a way where you can grow with it is probably not a friend. They're probably somebody you have a relationship with. So on the tree of life, there's connection, relationship, and then friendship. Connection is the first, relationship is the second, then friendship is the third. This is why your friends are your future. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future, right? Whatever that verse or that saying is. So the next energy that was off was the Seven of Cups, right? So let's get this real quick. Searching for purpose, choices, and daydreaming. The Seven of Cups is in a place of the root chakra, right? And naturally, It's no earth here, you should want earth there. But water and earth support each other. So this is something that's happening in your benefit, but is for understanding of an energetic phase, right? So Seven of Cups is searching for purpose, choices, and daydreaming. Daydreaming is when your consciousness is totally tuned in with your spirit, and it's like you're not here. You're somewhere else with your consciousness and your spirit daydreaming, just with each other somewhere. I daydream a lot. I know this now. I absolutely know this now. You are with your spirit 100%. And what are you learning in that time? Usually when you're daydreaming, you're at a certain kind of peace, right? Or I don't know, it just feels a certain way. There's daydreams and then there's negative projections. So those are two different types of projections in general. But this is what breeds that fear. Your purpose. You didn't, in past tense, know your purpose. Now that you know your purpose, it's still an emotional process of letting go, but you will get there. That's the point. So yeah, now that we know what's in our consciousness, right? We're going to go back up the tree of life to fix the energies that were off suit. So now that we know, we can do something about it. So I do this on the fly, but I want to start off with the root chakra, and it went to the Six of Swords. Let's keep going, because I just want to make sure. That's too many. I just want to make sure it's Earth before we go. Nope, 10 of Wands. We're going to figure this out. I want to make sure, because we got a couple to go over, and nope, more water. So we're going to figure this out. The fear of having no purpose. This is what this energy is about right now. So, so the Five of Pentacles came back out to complete this. So, watch. I'm not going to create the story. I'm going to just read it as it says. Watch this. We're going to figure this out right now. So it started off with the Seven of Cups, right? Then it went to the Six of Swords. I don't know why I can't say 6 right now. So yeah. Maybe you gave them exactly 6 chances, and God wouldn't let you give them another one. They had 6 chances to sink you, and it didn't work, and you used it as your new foundation. So the spoils of that war that they had with you, they thought that they won, but they won. It's like the gold, where you were supposed to make a left turn, and they made a right turn and got the bronze. But they thought the bronze was the gold. But when they left, God looked at it, you looked at it, Spirit looked at it for what it was, what it truly is, and you know that you're coming out the victor. It went from there to, this is still offsuit, all of it, but this is the story. It went from there to the 10 of Wands, all of your burdens, right? All of your egoic burdens, I should say. So this is accomplishment, responsibility, and burden. Accomplishment on knowing your purpose. You had to go within your mind to figure it out, or you had to control your mind for long enough, or you were able to be with yourself, with your mind, and just let some things flow. Because through meditation, what you do is the thoughts come in, but you do your best to just not think about it. And the best way to do that is to say to yourself, I got this from 2 people. The second time I said, okay, you want me to say something about this, cool. What you can say to yourself to stop your mind is ask your conscious mind, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. I waited because I wanted to see if this was true for you. What I felt when it happened, and I even feel it a little bit right now, my mind got cold as like I turned the computer off. You know when you turn the computer off and it's shut down and now it's not running too much heat, or you finally turn your phone off, it was hot, you was playing that game that whole time and now your phone is mad hot, you want to put it in the freezer or something like that. That's what I feel in my mind, in my neocortex, right? I feel that right here, physically shut down. And that's something you could use anytime that you're too anxious. I wonder what my next thought is. Because consciously is where the ego is. And if we created the ego, there's an over-ego consciousness, demiurge, right? That is telling us the negativity continuously, but it obeys you. So once you call it out, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. That's your thought. This is why nothing happens in your mind, because it's you. Oh, you control yourself. Oh, I have power. And words of affirmation, lies you tell yourself. I wonder if you believe that lie. But it's not a lie, it's an affirmation. So, is the devil a liar or not? I told you what the devil is. Make those dots connect, because they've been connecting for me like crazy. I told you that dark energy is the divine mother, and we put the darkness on the devil all the time. The devil is the dark, right? Don't go there. Don't go to the divine mother. So these affirmations you tell yourself, they empower you somehow. It's a lie. The devil's a liar. Everything is flipping around for me, and the enemy knows it. And that's why they coming after me. And this is why I need your help. Because I'm by myself with this, essentially. And I'm growing a community that understands this. And as you understand it, you don't know the kingdom right now. But I made a kingdom. I drew it up. I'm in architecture. I actually drew it up and everything. It looks amazing. It's going to be in the app. When you understand this, or even follow me at all, when you follow, you become an inhabitant in that kingdom. And I am king there. And I will protect your spirit. And that's what it's all about. This is about spiritual abundance. I'm here to protect your dream. I want your dream to be actualized. Next card is the 3 of Cups. And I got this right here. So, watch. Friendship, community, and happiness. After all of that burden, you're finding happiness within yourself. I don't really need to go over that again. But I wanted to go over this because it's what your knowledge is fully at your disposal now. All of that, let me see. All of the poverty, that's the word I was forgetting. All of that poverty mindset now went to something, oh, I feel insecure about this. Let's tackle this problem. So now your mind, the demi-urge, doesn't want to attack you no more, because you are going to go fix the problem. And this is why you're becoming at peace. And this is why he can't attack you that much. I still call it a he, right? This is why he can't attack you that much, because you're just gonna grow from it. And it's so frustrating. Everything he sends you now, because you have reached rock bottom. That's what makes you the chosen one. I think you aren't chosen until you reach rock bottom. I don't think anybody is. You're about to be chosen. You're being birthed into this world. Once you reach rock bottom, you only have yourself. And I'm at that point. So I only have myself. I smile, but the demi-urge, I'm gonna just call it the demi-urge, is trying to get rid of my smile. And I think that's impossible, because I am a whole clown. God made me the manifestation of the fool energy. Like, you can't be around me for too long without laughing. And not because I think I'm funny, but I just be saying everything. Everything that's good. I don't have no bad intentions. It just be regular stuff. I just like to laugh and have that energy of more peace. I realized that I can release energy with it. That's one of the first things I use with alchemy when somebody's having a bad time. It started off, in your childhood. I did it for my mother. Did it for other people. So these things happen and you learn from them. You learn your power. And these things come back to you. Oh, I can do this, and I can do this. Where do you get that? Where do you think you get that energy from? Where do you think the karma comes from? Your mother, the divine mother. Once you learn, then she can give the karma back to that person. Then she will point you front seat. You're going to see it all. You ain't even going to want to watch. Like, I'm scared for you. Man, you did that? I don't even want that for you. And she gonna be like, nope, absolutely not. Because your spirit told the mother, and your spirit remembers everything. It logs everything that happened. This is the time to cash out on all that potential that was missing from your life. Now it's time to receive that abundance because you learned the true meaning. Now you can protect yourself. Once you can protect yourself, that trial period is gone. Now the trial period is gone. You get to play the game. You get to get your, but you like. I know this is making sense. All right, that was the first. That was fear. You gotta stomp fear out. There's no more fear no more. The poverty mindset is now something to attack. The next energy that was off was the solar plexus. It's too much. Okay, so these two cards came up. And the Tower is a fire card. And what was under that, it would be offsuit, right? Because it's Earth, was the 8 of Pentacles. So let's get this. It started off with the 8 of Cups, and then it's the 8 of this is 7 of Pentacles. I said, oh, wait a minute, count it. I got numbers in my head. I got mad numbers in my head. Yeah, y'all don't even understand. I'm thinking about everything I created at the time that I'm trying to give a message. So it's like, it's overlapping, but that's what God wanted me to do. This is a numbers game. The Matrix is a numbers game. You see Neo looking at all them numbers. Play the game. Play the numbers. Alright? From the 8 of Cups to the 7 of Pentacles. Hard work, perseverance, and diligence. Now, you understand that you need to do these things. And it's, I want to say solemn. I don't even really know what that means. But a solemn process. Right? You're by yourself. You're doing this. It seems lonely. But you needed to build yourself up to the point through that delicate process I mentioned. And now you're able to handle all of the blessings that are coming through. And they're going to come in order according to how much you know yourself and how leveled up you are. So you'll know. So and from there to the Tower, sudden upheaval, lost foundations, and disaster. Now, why is this a great card to have here? As I tell you, I understand a lot of the cards differently because I am a builder. So when the tower goes down, in my mind, an actual tower went down, right? A tower fell, right? So what are the benefits of having a tower in any castle, right? Because I like castles. Any castle, you have this thing called the steeple. That's the highest point of the castle, and you can see as far as you want to see on this flat earth. Just had to say that. Let's just get this cleared right now. Yes. If you don't, that's okay with me. If you want to unfollow. Alright. So let's get this twisted. I will not be lied to again. Now that I know, I will not be lied to again. Polaris. Look it up. But, yeah, the Tower. You see as far as you can within your expanse, right? Now, these are all the things that you could claim. That fog of war is not so foggy. You have like this dim light to work with. Okay, I see this over here. This might look like a mine I can go and bring back to my castle. All of these minerals and ores and things like that. Oh, this looks like a farm area. I can go and put some security around it. And this is a good place to get food for me, my castle, right? So you can see that all out the tower. And when the tower moment comes, you've done claimed everything you can in that area. You need to go higher to see more. But it's a process of being broken down and built up with everything that you claimed. You have more now to build higher. So now that you build higher, you can see farther, therefore expanding your kingdom. So tower moments are something to run after because it's something that tells you you are now leveling up. That's the level up card. Right. So the next energy, now I don't even need to say anything about that. The next energy that needed to be fixed was the heart chakra. And the Fool energy came out. I literally just talked about it. It started off with the King of Wands and it's the Fool. So this is reverse, right? But this actually did clear the air. So this did clear the air. So the Fool. Being naive, taken advantage of, and recklessness. Now, why is this positive on this side? Who is taking advantage of what situation? As I mentioned before, as you allow what's attracted to you to come to you, you're also allowing the spiritual dark arms to take control and grab and push away the things. And it's out of your control because you're not choosing to control anything. As I said before, you're managing what you have out of yourself. Management is love, right? You're managing your time well to do all of these things. Therefore, your spirit can work on the outside, clear the air. But it's still full energy. It seems foolish, but somehow it's working, and you know it. You absolutely know it. I know this is a message for somebody, and I said it's going to be a short reading. I sound like every pastor. I sound like we're not going to be here for long, y'all. Oh boy. But it's message after message. I know y'all know that. I ain't playing. So let's get the next energy that's off, and it fixed itself. It started off with the devil energy. I mentioned what that was, Divine Mother, and then it ended off with the Six of Cups. And it said 3, 6, 9. So, and all three of them were on suit. No air, but it required you to be a fool in order for you to get your space back and your time back. 2 of Pentacles is good. The 5 of Pentacles is off. That's why I'm missing. Okay. 2 cards came up. It was reversed. So the Page of Cups and the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords completes this. The Page of Cups is still off suit. So let's get this real quick. It started off with the 5 of Pentacles, right? Went to the Page of Cups reverse. Happy, surprise, dreamer, and sensitive. No, that's reverse. Sorry. I swear I just read happy, surprise, or something like that. So I was looking for the Page of Cups again. And I was like, oh, don't tell me. But happy, surprise, dreamer, and sensitivity. The sensitivity when it comes up to what you've experienced. That means like, I don't want to do the next thing because that's a sensitive issue. But this is a sensitive time. As I said before, God has you in a place where you can fail openly. Ain't nobody gonna see it. So fail as hard as you can. Get it all out now. So when you move forward, you have less time for failure. You don't even know where the failure is until you reach it, because you know all of these ins and outs of how to move about, all the failures that you experience now. So this is the time to fail. This is the time to build that tower back. Everything doesn't happen in the building perfectly. You have to reorganize things. You have to readjust things. Oh, it turns out the building is foundation settlement. It turned over a little bit, right? So now you have to recalculate for the weights and all that other stuff. It's a process. So that process is ended with the 2 of Swords reversed. The lesser of 2 evils, no right choice, and confusion. Now, why is it confusion? Because your mind was in control. Your mind should be a calculator. 2 plus 2 is 4. Not 2 plus 2 is, and forever never get an answer. And all that energy just stays there, right? It should have an answer. So the answer that was given to you made no sense. And this is why it required you to be a fool within your heart space to go within this process at all. But you've acknowledged it. You've acquired that energy, and it's okay. Just let it run. The food is at the top, so it has to trickle down. And this is what I'm here for. I'm busting these freaking vessels through your mind. You can already know that the fear is gone. After the fear is gone, this is the process of balancing the situation. So let's keep moving on. I went from there to what else is off. The next card that was off was I want. And this started off with the Star. And then it went to the 7 of Cups. And then it's the Emperor. Major Arcana cards in this board mean, because the cards that are active are the minor arcana, 1 through 14 of every fire, air, water, earth, right? That's what should be here. When major arcana comes out, it talks about the energy that's outside of you for you. So these are the blessings or things that are happening through negative intent to you. But the Emperor comes out, definitely a blessing, because it's on suit in this area of I want. You went from the star pouring your energy into the wrong situations, right? From the 7 of Cups, right? Listen to this. Searching for purpose, choices, and daydreaming. I think I got that already, but let's just move on. But you went to the 7 of Cups. I see, I'm still looking for it. I knew I had it. I knew I had it. 7 of Cups right here in the place of fear. So now your fear, as I said before, every time the demiurge gives you or tries to make you scared of anything, you take it as a challenge. You are now challenging your own mind, right? And then you become an emperor. The emperor mind, let's get it. Authority, structure, control, and fatherhood. The reason why fatherhood is so good on this side, because this is the divine masculine, the divine father. So the divine masculine, the true son, I'm going to just say it for what it is, right? The true first good intention that God made with his divine son, right? That first true purpose is guiding you. So that is untested. It's untested. So this is why you're able to challenge things, because you haven't locked that within your mind. You're very clear in a lot of situations. So let's see. Control. Now, I remember when I said control before. This says authority and structure. Not that you control people. You control your mind. And the authority of your mind now, the energy stays in the middle. So it stays within your soul area, available to you. And that's the better thing. You have everything, or you will have everything available to you to use very soon. And that's what cleared the energy. Everything is clear right now. So what is the next part? If you've been looking at these cards, like, what are these cards for? These cards are for the last part of the reading, which is the star stream. I didn't say the other parts, but I'm sure I'll put it on the board. All right. So I'm going to do it like this. So in the place, okay, what is the star stream? We done went through who, what, when, where, why. I know, I want, I need, I will, I desire, I love, I do, I feel, and I am. And then balance the situation for everything. So now, here's the ifs. If I experiment, if I express, if I integrate, if I transcend, then I will ascend. And ascension is nothing other than evolution. And transcending is like Pokemon, you level up. 1 through 16, you redo this. And then now you a Pidgeotto and not a Pidgey, right? This is the example. So we're going to go up this line. I can't even get it out. I'm going to do that one. So the divine father came out in the emperor. The divine feminine came out. And I already talked about the mother right here. So she wants to let you know that I'm not bugging. I can't make this up. There's too many cards for me to even... Sometimes you just got to keep going. Like... That's my favorite card of this deck. And time came up. Time is the ultimate currency, the ultimate factor. Time came up. It's only a matter of time. And it's so important for you right now. Oh, man. So, let's get what this means. If I experiment with boundaries, right? Here's what we're going to make it make sense right now. If I experiment with boundaries, okay. Stand your ground. Be your own guardian and take up space. This is not the time to play small. Spalding. Basketball. That's for somebody. This is not the time to play small. Honor your space and create healthy boundaries in your situation. Meditate on this symbol when you want to set a healthy boundary and stick to it. The jaguar can also help you keep your integrity and standards high. It's Jaguar, whatever, right? It helps you keep your integrity. So you have the authority and the integrity. So you're becoming a go-getter and a self-preserver. Like the boundaries, that's what they do. You're learning them because you're yourself now. You want to protect your dream, your newly found dream, which is your new fantasy. Once your fantasy links to your dream, it's over. Everything else gets pushed out the way. Nothing else matters because that's your sole purpose. And unfortunately, you've been exposed to your dream. And that's what's happening. So, It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. All right, so the next energy is if I express, right? What can you express? This is the place of expression. This is a big pinnacle, by the way. So money, yeah. I don't even really talk about money because money is time. So whatever time you have, your spirit will make that money for you. It will make it work so supernaturally for you. Or if the only thing you have is time, and time came up, the only thing you have is time, yeah, okay. Wealth in all forms is available to you now. You are rich on all accounts. Drawing this card invites you to feel the abundant flow of having all that you need on the material and spiritual planes. If you are inquiring about a situation or relationship, this certainly indicates that there is much to be experienced here. Enjoy the fruits, the joy. Devil tried to steal the demiurge tried to steal my joy, right? You are being provided for and rewarded at this time. So that's what you can express. Lie to yourself and know that you already have it. You understand what I just said? Lie to yourself and know that you already have it. That's the delusion. Oh, I mentioned delusion before. I didn't even explain it. Delusion is the divine masculine understanding of attraction. Delusion. You have to be completely delusional about what you want. If it's your true destiny and all that stuff, you have to be completely delusional. This is happening. It's here now. And the matrix, it'll be like, error. I gotta, it's not here. We gotta fix this issue. That matrix is an error correcting program. So if you're delusional, you created a space where the matrix has to fill it. You are God. Activate that God within you, and the matrix obeys you. The matrix is operating above you if you don't know that you are God. So, the next energy is if I integrate the divine feminine energy within my mind. So, as I said before, your conscious mind is looking to your spirit for that confirmation before it makes a move. So, it made your move right here. You better get with it or get lost. Somebody is listening to Lloyd and Wayne. I was like, wait. Yeah. It's young Lloyd reporting live from Atlanta, Georgia. Decatur is greater. Immediately, right to knowledge. So look, knowledge is in a place of transcendence. So the more you learn about your struggle, the knowledge from that has so much abundance with it. Knowledge is the prerequisite to power, because if you do not activate it, it is just sitting there as potential. So knowledge, you put them on your skills. Just like in a game, you apply them to your skills, and then it makes your skills better. Knowledge is experience points, right? So knowledge. Remain teachable. There is new wisdom available to you at this time. This card can signify getting more information before proceeding. It can also signify the presence of an important teacher, or perhaps you are the teacher and it is time to share your knowledge and gifts with the world around you. Now, in order to create that space, you need to acknowledge it first, right? And you can call people into your space, the ones that are attracted to you. Now, with 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, in your soul, for your soul's purpose, I should say, 2 or 3 are gathered directly for your soul's purpose, creates a space that's more than you had yourself. So it's not like using people, it's because they vibe with you. It's like, do whatever. I don't know. It's like, it's so natural that it won't take from nobody. It will only be the overflow from them that you get. Like, it would never take from them. That's why they're attracted to you. And they get so much out of it. So this is just like, you can become an addiction. Like a friend addiction. Like, you're so good as a friend, we're gonna work something out to do something else, like greater. And this is what you are knowledgeable about right now. And this is what could happen within your space. And if that gave you a confirmation, put it in the comments. Right? So the last energy that is up, the last card of the reading is time, right? So basically, this is the place of ascendance, and then I will ascend. So this is the end of the reading. We started off here, but this is 0, from 0 to 0, right? We end off at 0, so it's special, but you'll know more in the app. So this is the place of I know, and then I will ascend. Divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or heading in the wrong direction. Drawing the hourglass asks you to have patience with whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you are waiting for is just on the horizon. Now, as I mentioned before, the flat earth thing, the horizon. So that's another thing. Time will be the ultimate factor, because you can only keep trying to prove something so much. If all of these arguments on one side can be verified and the arguments on the other side cannot be verified, what holds more weight? It's about the verification. It's about the confirmation for me. So I chose to be a fool. When I did that, it made me understand this board better. Knowledge is power. That's all I'll say. Because, yeah, the universe was so special to me. I'm a sci-fi mind. And the universe is not taken from me, right? The universe actually went within me. I became the universe. The universe is within you also, right? So now I want to discover myself. I can never be an astronaut, but you know what I can do? Know myself. I can learn myself. I go to sleep, be with myself. I can daydream with myself. That's the journey. You can discover so much within yourself, and you know how the universe is unlimited. There's an unlimited amount of things you can become, and an unlimited amount of things you can go towards. So don't ever think that you're stuck. This is a process. All right. So that is the end of the reading. If you are here still, I appreciate you so heavy. It's not even funny, because you get it. You get it, and you know I got a message, and I got messages on messages, and I got them all for you, and I'm going to do this. I can't do a short reading to save my life. Maybe I'll do it half and half, and it'll attract more people to see it. I'm thinking about it, but let me know what you think about that in the comments. Like, if you don't mind seeing half and half. If you like the reading, like, share, and subscribe. I am here for a couple of reasons. Basically, God made me a messenger. God made me a messenger. And then on top of that, I have something I want to build that helps anybody in any situation. And it only requires the capital from YouTube if I could do it correctly. You know, that's one way. But it's a journey. And I know I can get there. I'm completely delusional for this. So, yeah. This is about to be on. So, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I'm KyFy. Peace.